listening to the TMB Podcast, brought to you by Mook World.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the revival, the startup, the boot up again of the TMB Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Dawkins, aka that man Bdawk, and joining me today, special guest making his debut into podding about video games, the man, the myth, the legend. The man was my best man at my wedding. Some call him the GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Nah, definitely not. And I'm no legend. What's going on? Hey man, funny enough that you asked me to do this because I just started getting back on the game, so I'm excited. But I'm no legend, and I'm definitely no GOAT. But I am here to join the pod, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I said before, we're gonna keep it casual because, like I said, I haven't done this in a little bit, but just trying to get back into it, get a little rhythm going. So we're gonna not go too crazy. You feel me? But
yeah, listen, I love laid back and chill. I can do that all day.
All right, so let's keep it on the casual note, man. How are you going on TCG Pocket? Because I've fallen off big time. I was on it heavy, and this last set of packs, I've been slacking.
I know I messaged you this morning. I have been trying forever to get the Dark Ray EX. Mm-hmm. So I had been opening packs in SmackDown Dialga, I think. I can't remember if it was Palkia or Dialga. I think Dialga are the blue packs and Palkia are the pink packs.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where I was just frustrated, bro. So I would just go on once a day and open 2 packs to see if I could get them. And if not, I would just, I'll see you tomorrow to open 2 more packs. But I saw that, and I don't know if you saw this, on the store, they have like a free starter pack with the different EXs from the last box.
Okay.
So I was looking through each box like, okay, I wonder which one I should pick. But then I remembered that there are a bunch of solo battles that you can use to get the, like the little hourglasses to open packs up.
Yeah.
So I went through a lot of those and was able to open enough packs to get the second Dialga. And from there, I guess I'll start doing like PvP again because a lot of people either were running the Dark Ray EX. I know you know about the Arceus because I've got like one of those 2 EX, but a lot of people are running like one of those 2 decks. And it was kind of just getting unruly in PvP without it. So now that I have those, I might play a little more. The game I've been playing on handheld was Duel Links, and I've been telling you that you got to get on that because that's the game. Duel Links is clear Pocket. I'm telling you.
Okay. I've been sleep on both of them. I haven't even been opening the packs consistently. Like I go in there like every other day and open the packs. I've been real bad about it. But
like, what deck are you running?
Well, I got lucky when the Darkrai deck first dropped. I was able to get all the cards for it, and so I mean that deck was like easy mode. Like you don't even have to be paying attention to beat people with that. But I'm curious to see with some of the new cards, like how the meta is changing. Because then I know like what's today, the 27th. So on the 30th, I think they're dropping like another set of packs. So I'm sure it's gonna.
Oh Jesus! I just got here.
I know it's gonna price shift and change the meta again, which is good. You don't want it to get stale.
Right. I know you were telling me about Pokemon Zone, like the website where they discuss the decks and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. I checked that this morning, and Dark Ray, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, is still like the top deck.
Okay.
So they have a variant that uses one of the EX cards from the newest box, but like that EX, being able to basically stick or hurt people from the back row, like while you have a tank. It's a pretty good strategy. I would say like, well, obviously I haven't started using it, but I'm gonna look forward to playing the game again.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and I feel like they need to. It's gonna force them to add more cards where you can change like the field, because not being able to get those cards from the back row into the active position to be able to like get them out of there is what is the main reason it's so strong. Is because there's not that many ways. There's like 2 or 3 cards I think in total that can like help you shift the cards around or change like what's in the active spot. So it's definitely gonna change. But okay, I feel a little better that because you were texting me and I was like, man, I feel bad. My man's still grinding on the Pokemon. I've not been paying attention.
I love a grind, man. I love a grind. And just like even thinking about you were talking about the counters. So they have the Sabrina where they force you to swap someone in, but you get to pick who you swap in.
Right.
So, they would just move somebody else. Or if you have like a Cyrus where you can pull somebody in, but they have to have damage on them.
Right.
The one deck that was good for a while was the Fighting Toolbox deck because you got to put Hitmonlee in and you could pick somebody on the back row who you would hit.
Right.
And then you could use Cyrus pulling in. So I think they do a good job of, there's a meta, but the meta can be, circumvented or beat. And I like the game when they giving me the cards that I want in the packs.
I think that's everybody's case. And they definitely do that on purpose. So you'll spend money to try and get the pack. So like I get it. It kind of comes with the territory of those games. But I need to get back on it.
And Duel Links.
Yes, and Duel Links. Because
I'm telling you, Duel Links is more expansive than Pocket. There are more cards. There are more characters. Like I'm telling you, like they are doing a good job. And they have the so their boxes are different. So in Pocket, you could open up 100 packs and not get any of the cards that you need.
Right.
In these boxes on Duel Links, there are 180 packs. If you open up all 180 packs, you're going to get all the cards that are in the box.
Okay.
Or, say you open up 10 packs and you got the cards you need, you can reset the box so that you can try to get another copy of it. So it's different. All games are different, but that's one thing about Duel Links that I like. If you do spend money, you will get the cards you want.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it's probably because Duel Links has been out for a minute, right? So they've had time to kind of work that out. Whereas Pocket, it hasn't even been a year yet. So, much as I played it, it feels like it's been out a long time. But I think it came out in like November last year, so it hasn't really even been that long. But no, I think
I'm enjoying.
The more time it's on, and like as more packs come out and people start getting like an array of cards, they'll probably have to adjust how like the pack percentages for like getting the cards in the system. Because at a certain point, like somebody who jumps on, if they jump on this next set of packs or like two more after this, and all those packs in the beginning, like the Pikachu, the Mewtwo's, the Charizard, like they're not going to be able to get those cards and keep up with all the new stuff that's coming out. Like they're going to have to make it easier for people that don't want to spend money either. Obviously, if people are willing to drop bread, they can, sink as much money into it and open as many packs as they want. But you got to have an option for the free to play people. You feel me?
Sure.
But all right, we're gonna move into territory I know you're not super familiar with, but it's just Nintendo Switch, right? So Switch 2 got announced. It had been rumored for a minute. People basically knew about it before it was the best kept secret for a while, but it's announced. We've seen the direct. We know the specs. We know, when it's dropping. Pre-order started this past week. So one of the big things people were talking about is the price point, right? So for the system itself, right, it's $449.99, so $450 just for the base console, and then for the Mario Kart bundle one is $500, which it's more than the first Switch, but people aren't even that tight about it. Like they get it, it's more powerful. It's gonna be able to do more. Like it was kind of expected to be up a little bit. But where people are kind of going crazy about is the pricing on the game. So Mario Kart itself, not in the bundle, is going to be $80 retail.
Oh my!
Yeah, $80.
So the physicals are going to be $80, or is it just Mario Kart?
See, that's the thing that's not. I think it's maybe been debunked or confirmed, but people aren't sure about the physicals. The digital is $80. Like Mario Kart is going to cost $80. Like you go in there and buy $80. So people are already kind of, justified in being upset that like games are going up even more. Like the jump from 60 to 70 was kind of a big deal when PlayStation did it back for a PS5, and now Nintendo's like, well, we might take that shit from 70 to 80 consistently. So it's Mario Kart. I think they say Kirby Air Ride. There's a new Kirby Air Ride coming out. That's going to be $80. and then like right now it's variable pricing. So some games aren't like all their games aren't 80, but they're setting a new mark for like the popular game. So people have been up
I'm
in
sure
arms.
Zelda will be 80.
Yeah, if there's a new one, so I think the one that came out, the last one that came out for the last Switch. There's like an enhanced version. I'm not sure. I might have to look that up, see if that's $80 or not. But I mean, going forward, like if there's a new Zelda, it's probably gonna be 80 if I had to guess. Like all their hit franchise games that they know people are gonna buy, like Mario Kart and things like that, like they're gonna be $80. So like it's kind of a wild time to see Nintendo kind of moving the way they're moving, just because the other Switch was super successful. So I kind of want your opinion on somebody who's on the outside, because you didn't have a Switch, you don't really care too much about Nintendo stuff. But like when you hear this, like what are your thoughts?
I'll say like I miss the PSP. So like I'm not like anti handheld, but just I was never a huge Nintendo guy, like you said. If you're trying to branch out and get new people onto your console, I do think the price of the console may be a bit off-putting. The price of the games will definitely be off-putting. And they're probably saying like, look, man, PS5 costs about 500, or the Xbox costs about 500. They're probably trying to stay in line with those consoles.
Right.
Which I understand. Like, look, we have mobility. You can take this with you. I realize that there's a lot of compatibility that comes along with the Switch. And if you're a diehard Nintendo fan, it's a must-have. So the console, I get that. But raising the floor of the prices for the games, obviously I'm a gamer at heart, so I don't like this. I remember when games were $50. Then I remember $60. And, now games are $70. And it's like we get older, so it's like we have jobs. Like, yeah, we can pay it. But, it's like $80. Like, come on. Like, we'll be at a point where the game's $100.
Right.
So like, dang, man. Like,
see, I'm glad you said that, because that's another point that people brought up. So way back when, not even that long ago, Rockstar, people who make GTA, their like CEO, or maybe like the guy who's over like the gaming portion, and specifically GTA 6, was talking about how he feels games at some point might be able to get to be $100 a game, hinting, people are thinking he's hinting at the fact that GTA 6 might be $100. So
which would be no problem.
Right. People are gonna buy that. Like, let's be real.
Or GTA.
Yeah.
Like some games, sure. GTA, $100, I understand. God of War, $100, I understand. For the people who like love, Elden Ring? Like, sure, like we don't want to pay $100, but I can play this game over and over and over. It's super expansive. It's not like a here to there story mode type game. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have the content, if you're going to give me a DLC, like I'm playing The Witcher, and The Witcher's got like 2 or 3 DLCs. Like, sure, that game can be $100. Madden doesn't need to be $100. You know what I'm saying? Like 2K doesn't need to be $100. We know exactly what we're about to be doing on 2K. You're either like a franchise guy or a my player, or it's just a game that you play when your homeboys come over and y'all are just like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna get the Lakers and you get the Heat. Some games, yes, like it's there. If Grand Theft Auto was $100, I wouldn't say a word. I would give them $100, and then I'm going home on your game. But the problem is, once one company sees, oh, they're charging $100, now all the companies are saying, oh, we got to charge $100, or people are going to think that our game's not as good as their game.
Right.
But it's like, it's not. Your game's not as good.
Right.
But once that standard is set, everybody follows it.
Right. So people think that like this Nintendo and the $80 thing is like the first domino to allow people to get to that $100 mark. And GTA, they haven't. It's supposed to come out this year. A lot of people think it's going to get delayed. The people at Rockstar are saying like it's not going to get delayed. Like they're just waiting until it gets closer to the release date to actually start like pushing a heavy marketing thing. So it's interesting to see like, are they going to come out and be like, yeah, you got to pay $100 for GTA? Because people are going to be tight. Like I'm going to be like, damn, for real. But at the same time, like you said, I'm going to go buy GTA 6 for $100. You're going to go buy GTA 6 for $100. Millions of people are going to go buy GTA 6 for $100. They resold they re-released GTA 5 probably 10 times over a 13-year span. We were in college. We were freshmen in college when GTA 5 dropped, and they were still re-releasing that thing like 2 or 3 years ago. So like they know they have the product to get away with it. It just does suck that, like you said, once they start doing it, and other people are gonna start doing it too, and it's gonna inflate the cost of like games that aren't as good.
The thing about it, bro, and this is how I try to think about the pricing of games. How much time am I going to spend playing this game?
Mm-hmm.
Right? GTA, I know I'm getting 100 hours up. That's $1 an hour. You know, like, no problem. I can do that. And also, just think about it like retroactively. Like, say that every game that you ever played was $100 instead of whatever price it was. How many games would you be like, oh, I don't even want to play that game no more? It's like GTA is definitely one of those, like, oh, yeah, sure. I will play GTA. I would have given up FIFA long ago. I would have given up 2K long ago.
Yeah.
Madden long ago. Again, like, all games are not created equal. And if it gets to a point where some games are more expensive, I just hope that the games that are more expensive are the games that are giving you more like expansion in terms of what you can do or what you're able to do. It's like, show your work. And again, there used to be demos. Not saying that there aren't demos now, but demos used to be a thing where it's like, yo, here's our demo. Try this before you go and play the game.
Right.
Like, people don't really spend demos like that. Now, I know that the hardcore gamers, you know, maybe the people who consume this content, because I know Mook World is full of heavy games, right? So you guys, you're like, bro, I just played this demo. You need to try this. And I'm like, this man, no, I'm not about to play no random demo, right? But that's just the tier of gamer that I am. But it's like, as long as you know, have the product behind your price point, I don't think people will grumble too much about it being more money.
Right. And to the demo point, the demos now, at least in my opinion, are reserved more for games where people are hesitant on, like they don't know a lot about. Whereas like the games that, like a GTA 6 doesn't need a demo. Like people are nobody's on the fence about that. The people who are buying GTA 6 are buying it without a shadow of a doubt, and I doubt that there's anybody on the fence. Like if you're not buying it, it's because you have no interest in playing GTA. But anybody else who falls even a little interest towards it is probably going to buy it at some point without playing it, without seeing it, without any of that. Whereas like some of the games now that are in like early access or like betas for multiplayer games like that, those are where
early access, right?
Yeah, like demos are kind of get their shine to get people for like a game where it's like, hey, we're good. You might not know about it. It's like, try it out, and now like you can spread the word and maybe you'll like it. So, but yeah, man, it's wild times. And Nintendo. The thing about it is too, I didn't even bring up this point because I haven't jotted down, but like the Switch 2, like it sold out in like a day when they dropped the pre-orders in the US. So
did you pre-order it already?
No. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hopefully be on it day one, but I'm not gonna get caught up in the pre-order hype and all that. Like if it's
gonna be the same price, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully. I think it should, but I mean, who knows? So.
Word.
But, all right, let's talk about some new games. All right, I don't know if you've seen in the streets, but you like turn-based games?
What now?
Turn-based games,
like my turn, your turn,
like Pokemon. Like you click through like where you want to attack, and you go, then like your opponent gets a chance to go.
Bro,
like those all that.
I play Pokemon Red every single year without fail. And again, like Pocket is a turn-based game. Duel Links is a turn-based game. Like, yeah, I spend those plenty.
So there's a game that just dropped on Game Pass. It's a new game. It's hot. People are calling it Game of the Year contender. It's called Claire Obscura Expedition 33, but it's a turn-based RPG. And
Claire Obscura.
Oh, my man looking it up.
No, I'm writing it down. You said it's Claire Obscura turn 33?
Expedition 33.
Expedition 33. All right, bet. And it's on Game Pass. I think I still have Game Pass.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to me.
Sold 500 copies first day. It had over 51,000 people playing at the same time, like concurrent number of players on Steam. And it's Unreal Engine 5 and it's made by a dev team of like 30 people. And apparently it's hot. It's hot. So let me see if I can pull up some gameplay. And
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if it's on Steam, I'm a Steam gamer right now.
Yeah. I think I cut off our cameras on the stream real quick. But I'm gonna swing you some gameplay to watch. Maybe not right now, but at some point. And
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Like I said, if it's on Steam, I'll try and run it because I play a lot of FM. That's another game that I try to get people on.
Okay. But yeah,
Player Obscura.
But this game right now, one of the guys, Nick, shout out Nick in Mook World. He's been on it heavy since it dropped. It released this week. Anders, another guy who's in our Discord. He's not a part of Mook World, but he's an honorary member just because, he fucks with us and he's been hanging around. But people are saying it's game of the year. I am not a turn-based. I don't really like turn-based games. Outside of like Pokemon, like I can deal with it in Pokemon, but like as far as RPG goes, it's not really my thing. But I watched this and the shit low-key makes me want to play it. Like it's a beautiful game. And it has some kind of like quick timing event mechanics. So say you're on your turn, right? You're defending, enemy is attacking you. You can time up dodging and parrying to add like another layer to it to either like, avoid taking damage or parrying and getting extra damage back to the enemy. So, dope game. And it kind of makes me think right now at the time when people say like turn-based games aren't, they're not popular to like make money. Like this is a game where it's like it's shining right now and people are enjoying it. Not only are people like buying it, like it sold 500K copies, but it's in Game Pass. So that's another set of people who we don't even have the numbers for that are probably getting in and playing the game. But yeah, man.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, check it out. All right, let's move to a new segment. This is inspired. Shout out to my guy Mateo. Let me make sure I got the right soundboard sound for this. But we're gonna bring out a new segment.
It's time for the Backlog Blitz.
We're gonna talk about the Backlog Blitz. All right. So how we have it set up, man? We talk about this in our group all the time. We buy all these games. Most of them we don't even get to. We have built up this crazy backlog. Like I couldn't even tell you how big my backlog of games is, but I'm making a point this year to play games in my backlog, all right? So how does it gonna work? All right, Backlog Blitz. You gotta give a game you're currently playing, a game in your backlog you feel like you can get to soon, and then a game in your backlog you feel like you may never get to. It's too far down. You got too much stuff you want to play over it.
Well, this is great because I got my P5 up right now, so I can pull this.
Okay, I was gonna say
I can do this right now, actually. Okay. So the game that I got on right now is college football. I don't know if this counts as backlog. I feel like the annual games are like, okay, they're in the cycle for a year and then they go out. Right. So I don't know if that counts. One game that's in my backlog that I am currently playing is The Witcher 3. That game's very old. I never got around to it while I was playing it. But, earlier this year, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to play this game. Why do I add this game if I'm not going to play it? So the game that I'm playing right now in my backlog is The Witcher 3. A game that is in my backlog that I need to get to soon is the game that you told me about called Stellar Blade. I've been planning on getting to Stellar Blade. You said that one was ill. So I'm done with The Witcher.
Stellar Blade is heat.
I'm done with The Witcher. I'm going to play Stellar Blade. And then a game that's in my backlog that I don't think that I will get to, sadly, is Trek. Is it Trek 2 Yomi? I think it's Trek 2 Yomi.
Yeah.
It's a samurai-based game, and I like those games, but I just I just don't see myself getting around to it right now. But I'm definitely gonna play Stellar Blade because you hit me up 3 separate times. Like Stellar Blade,
Yeah.
that's the one. That's the one.
Stellar Blade's elite. Stellar Blade's elite. Okay. Trek the Yomi. I played Trek the Yomi. Trek the Yomi is good. Trek the Yomi is good too. That is, I can understand why that's one you might not get to. So okay, I like that. I like that.
Hold on. There was one more game that you were telling me about. I don't remember if it was like hands fighting based, but like you have like one main character and he was fighting in a lot of like,
Oh, Sifu.
I don't know, like warehouses. Sifu, is that what that's called?
Sifu, yep. Sifu, Sifu, yep. I know exactly what you. If you said it was if somebody throwing hands, that's all that game is. That's all that game.
Gotcha,
is.
yeah. And I know that we share, so I got to just look through those games too. Even though some of the things are locked, I don't know how to unlock them. But I'm back on the game this year.
Yeah, it might just be a licensing thing. Well, we can figure it out though.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
That's a good 3. That's a good 3. All right, so let's see mine. All right, game I'm currently playing. Well, I finished the story on like the normal difficulty, and I'm replaying it on like a new difficulty unlocked. But it's called Kill Knight. Kill Knight. I did a playthrough of it too on the YouTube page. It's a dope indie game. It's a roguelike. I kind of a top-down shooter, but not really. But fire game. It's only $15 for anybody who's listening that's interested. It's a great
And you said
game.
on your YouTube you do playthroughs?
I did one for this. This is my first one. Yep. So last episode actually went up this morning. But
there's gonna be a link to the YouTube in the description for this.
Yeah.
just check the description.
Absolutely. Game I want to get to. So I did a bad thing. I added 2 games to my backlog. It's called Tales of Arise, and then I added Lords of the Fallen. I think I'm gonna, when I clean up and I finish playing through Kill Knight, I'm gonna get to Tales of Arise. Shout out Nick, I saw him playing this game too. You want to talk about a game that just looks like straight anime action? Tales of Arise. I haven't touched it, but just watching it, I'm like, oh, I gotta play this. Like the characters and the movement on the screen and how the combat looks, it just looks immaculate. So that'll probably be what I get to next. And then a game I'm not gonna get to as much as it pains me to say it. I don't think I'll ever get to it. It's such a highly viewed game. Is Cyberpunk 2077. I've had that game for so long. And people talk about how good it is. They dropped the DLC for it like 2 years ago. I think it was Phantom Liberty or whatever. And I'm just not gonna. I just don't think I'm ever gonna get to it. Like there's so many other things I want to play over it, and I'm just not sure if I'm gonna have the time. And it's a shame because it's such a well-renowned game, and I feel. I feel a little disgusted that I'm saying I'm not gonna play it, but.
Bro, I feel like that about Spider-Man though, because I finally got to a point where I was like, all right, bro, I'm playing Spider-Man next. Mm-hmm. And that time just never came, man. I think I cut the game on one time, and then I was off of it. So yeah, I know how you feel, man.
Yeah, man. So I want to make the Backlog Blitz a weekly thing. So we'll see. But it just going down the gauntlet of games that I think I might play and games I don't think I'll play, viewers might not trust me if they start hearing some of this stuff. Like I might have lost a few people with that saying I'm not gonna play Cyberpunk, but it is what it is.
Right, they'll be all right.
All right. Speaking of another segment, I kind of wanted to bring up. I do want to I did this before when I had the pod. I called it the TMB Spotlight. But hey, everybody listening to the pod doesn't want to hear you whining back. All right. Sorry for the dog, everybody. But one thing I want to do is if we're going to call this Achievement Unlocked, where we're just going to highlight something, good stuff that's happening in the industry or with companies or with just individuals in general that I'm around. So let me go ahead and play the...
Okay, the little achievement sound.
Absolutely. Wait, there's a little one more at the end. Yep.
Boom.
Man, I'm gonna give a shout out to Xbox for Game Pass, bro. Game Pass has been on a crazy tear this year. Let me see if I can pull up hopefully I don't cut out the screen again when I do this, okay, nope. the amount of games. So, Xbox is going in a direction that's not super popular amongst people. Like, it's not, people don't like how they're doing the console, like putting a lot of their games on their competitors' platforms and not getting anything in return and whatnot. But that's its own topic. But it's just the sheer amount of content that's been going into Game Pass, even dating back kind of to last year into now, is they're on kind of a crazy run. So this year alone, they added Avowed back in February. They had this game called Atom Fall, which I've heard, mixed reviews about, but good things. Some indie games like 33 Immortal, and then their like first party lineup. You have South of Midnight. You have Doom: The Dark Ages next month. I know I've told you about that one. That's coming out in May. They're adding Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters, the remasters or remakes. So Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 3 and 4 is going in there in July. Then we have The Outer Worlds, hopefully this year. It may get pushed back. And then they're bringing back a classic in Ninja Gaiden 4. So Ninja Gaiden's getting a new game that's going in Game Pass too. And then you got third-party stuff that's not even like their game. So that Claire Obscura Expedition 33 game, that's in Game Pass, I was telling you about. And then they shadow dropped this past week the Oblivion remake, which is Oblivion I never played. So Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is like one of the greatest games like ever. If you just read people talk about it, like it's a 20-year-old game, came out in 2005. People say it's just one of those games that just changed the way the landscape worked or whatever. And they shadow dropped that this week, a remastered version. So all updated graphics. I think there's some quality of life changes in there. I don't know if they've changed the content much, and things like that, but they've done a lot to really fix up the game. As a matter of fact, let me stop whining and messing up the pod. Go ahead. So Game Pass, man, is on a tear, and it's still. I don't know if they're gonna slow down. So because next year they got Fable. Fable's supposed to be coming next year. Yeah, bro. So it's a crazy time, and Xbox they take a lot of shit. So I want to take a moment to really give them some flowers because Game Pass right now is a good value. We've been talking about it in our Discord. We got a few guys that let their subscription expire, but they're gonna hop back in here now because of Expedition 33 and Doom and Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that. So they're on a little bit of a run.
Yeah, I am one of the people who let his Game Pass expire. I think that I picked it back up maybe a month or two ago.
Okay.
But yeah, when you're saying Fable and Doom are coming back, it's like, all right, man, yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that I hold on to it. With just, I would say like the past 2 years, I've become way more of a PC gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wasn't playing Xbox as much. But now I got all my consoles out, P5, Xbox, and I got the PC. So
PC Game Pass.
I'm ready to get back into it. Yeah, I can do that too. To be honest with you, I spend a lot of my time playing Football Manager.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not my pod, so I will not go on a rant about how upset I am.
Go on a rant. Take your time. Yeah, look.
So I'm currently playing Football Manager 2024. And that is not because I don't have the funds or I don't care to play Football Manager 2025. It's because there is no Football Manager 2025. Mm-hmm. As in, Sports Interactive, the developer of the game, just never released one. FM is easily the second most popular football game after FIFA. Mm-hmm. And there have been, they have so many communities and groups of people who are like, bro, where are this game? You were talking about pre-orders. SI put out pre-orders for the game, took people's money, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And then they had to come out and say, yeah, we're not releasing the game. We're going to just start again in 2026. So I have an ungodly amount of hours on Football Manager 2024. And, there's nothing like wrong with the game. Like I don't think like the game needs like any major updates. They
Mm-hmm.
should probably be one of those games that just has an annual season every year, and it's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, here's just the new season of Football Manager. But yeah, just between doing the streaming that I was doing and then turning into a PC gamer, I just wasn't playing Xbox as much. But I'm back. I got my Xbox controller right there on the table by where my PS controller normally is. So I'm back. And by your PS controller, I mean the one that you gave to me. My God. But yeah, man, I'm good. I'm enjoying gaming right now. So bring on Game Pass.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. It's. I need a better PC before I think I can really tap into Game Pass because I had a Series S. It was collecting dust, so I sold it, got my money back for it, and just kind of used the 200, for whatever I needed some money at the time. But I'm like, if I can upgrade my PC a little bit, I think I'll invest back into PC Game Pass too, because it is, like I said, we just named all that lineup and stuff, and like most of that stuff, I'm pretty sure everything that's in Game Pass is on PC. I don't know. I think there's some things that are only PC and not console, but I think for the most part, everything that's in their lineup is on PC. I don't think there's that many things that are specifically to the console. I know at least most of those games I named you can play on both console and PC. So I need to tap back in too. But then goes back to the Backlog Blitz. If I'm playing all this new stuff, then I'm not playing any of those games that I just said I needed to get done. So it's it's a catch 22. But
And I told myself I'm not buying no more games until I finish The Witcher 3. And I mean like no more games. I will not purchase another video game. I will not download another video game until I finish The Witcher 3, right? And so I need to go ahead and do it. Like I'm sitting here playing Dynasty mode, but it's like, no, bro, you need to go switch over to Geralt of Rivia. But nah, I'm just trying to hold myself accountable because I'll pay $70 for a game, I'll pay it for 2 hours, and then I'll never see it again. You know what I'm saying?
right. No,
And we had our in any price for a game. Like even if I spend $20 on a game, I need to play it. It's not as much about the price of the game as it is starting something and not finishing.
Right. And I'm bad with the sales. So like I had the two games I mentioned that, one of them Tales of Arise I wanted to play. And then I also bought a game, Lords of the Fallen. I had a $40 from like gift cards in my wallet that I got, and I think through work or something like that. And they were both $20 a piece. They were like 70% off. They dropped down, and I bought them like knowing full well I already have a bunch of games that I need to play. So that's what gets me to like the sales, like getting stuff for cheap. I'm like, oh man, I need to get that now before
It's cheap,
sale,
right?
yeah, if the sale ends, knowing damn well that I'm just making more issues for myself not being able to play all these damn games.
I'm with you, brother. I be in the same boat. I just buy something I know I'm not gonna touch. It's awful.
How far are you in The Witcher though?
I don't know how familiar you are with like the story mode of the game,
I'm not.
but I have. Okay, I would say that I'm about 80% through the story.
Okay.
Now again, there are 2 DLCs and it's an open world game, so like you can continue to level up. I've just never been like a 100% type dude. I know that that's your thing. Like you like to fully complete the game.
Mm-hmm.
I will like go through the story, and if there's something over here I can do while I'm doing the story, like cool. I'm cool with that. But it's not like I only got 94%. Like I've got to get the last 6. Like nah, I'm gonna just go on to the next game.
Right.
So I would say I'm about 75, 80% through the story mode of the game.
Okay, so you don't even got that much longer.
Yeah, so I just need to do it. So I'm gonna go see Sinners. When I come home from going to see Sinners, I need to play the game.
Yeah, Sinners. That's a great movie
I'm
too.
sure something else will take my attention.
That's a great.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out.
I wish you had watched that before, so we could have talked about it. Because I've been.
Hey man, next time you have me on, next time I'm on the TMB pod, bro, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to talk about it.
Yeah, no, it's I think you'll enjoy it. Because you don't really like
beautiful.
it's horror, but it's not horror.
I'm not
It's
like a
not.
scary horror type, but from what I could tell, it wasn't like jump scares and like exorcism type stuff. It just
No,
seemed
no.
like they were dealing with vampires. I'm like, well, I'll be all right.
Yeah, it's not like it's not. I would agree with that too. It's not really the horror aspect isn't really that bad. But it is a good movie. I gave it's a solid 8 out of 10 in my opinion. There's a couple
Nice.
plot points that stood out to me where I'm like, that doesn't make a little sense, but nothing immersion breaking or bad. Just some things you notice where you're like, I don't know about that. But still, great movie, great shout out. Michael Jordan killed that role. But,
Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
yeah, Ryan Coogler. That's Shaq and Kobe when Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan hop on the film. It's
Shaq
a
and Kobe.
guaranteed banger. They
Ryan Coogler is Kobe.
Okay. Michael B. Jordan, Shaq.
Don't mind me, Chad. I'm a Kobe guy.
True, he is a big Kobe, probably the biggest Kobe fan I know. All right. Now, dang. So you told me you're not playing a lot of FIFA. I had another segment called Rapid Fire Respawn, which is why we had the Family Feud music queued up. You know.
Okay.
Gonna put you on the clock. Need about a minute. I got a list of like random FIFA questions. These are all opinion based. Nothing you gotta get a specific answer for.
Oh yeah.
But,
I got opinions still, even though I don't play.
Yeah, let's dive in. Let me get my phone ready. So we can get a minute on the clock. And get some hot takes. See if we can stump you into, well, not stump you, but see if we can get the real answers, real opinions, and not have you have time to think about a safe answer. You know.
Nah, understood.
All right. I'm gonna start the clock in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get it. All right. What's the greatest FIFA of all time?
17.
17. All right. What is the best Ultimate Team card you ever played with on FIFA?
Flashback Ibrahimovic.
Okay. Most iconic cover athlete of FIFA.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay. Best skill move in any FIFA.
The best skill moves. I like the scoop turn.
Okay, scoop turn. Which FIFA introduced the biggest jump in quality? Like the game was kind of, it is what it is, and then this one was like, nah, this is what FIFA's supposed to be.
I think that would be 17. I've been playing FIFA since like 12, and 17 was the first one where I was like, all right, like we hooping right now.
Okay. If you could add one gameplay change to FIFA right now, what would it be? And this would probably be your last one because that was a minute. That went faster than I thought.
Less RNG.
Less RNG. Okay. Is FIFA heavily RNG? It's a sports game, right?
Yes, but it's like some of the like shooting. It's like, all right, bro, like how do we determine that this is going to be a successful shot versus like not? And like obviously they have the stats, but there will be a player with like 17 shooting out of 99 and they'll score some rocket. And it's like, bro, like I don't understand. Or somebody with 96 shooting will miss a tap in. I'm just like, bro, one of the reasons why I put that game down.
All right, that makes sense. I didn't think about it like that. I think 2K had the same problems too. People were saying,
yeah, bro, people greening with Shaq on 2K. Like, no, bro, that should never happen. Should never happen.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, all right. Well, I'm not a FIFA head, so I can't be like look at your answers and be like, what is he talking about? So we'll see. Maybe somebody.
It very well may be a skill issue. Yeah, I used to play heavy. Like I used to play, I used to play every single day. Yeah. I didn't even buy 25, so it's over. I'm like, bro, I'm not even buying the game this year. So
yeah, I had this jotted down. I don't even know if we want to see. When you said you hadn't played, I didn't even know if we would get to it. But since we're on FIFA, like I guess EA introduced the first battle pass to FIFA this week.
Okay.
So
the thing is, like, I guess there would be like a free and like a paid one. I'm guessing. That won't be bringing me back. Like, in order for me to play FIFA again, I would need to see like an improvement in the gameplay. And again, even though I don't play, I'm still tapped in with a lot of people who do play, and they have the same, the same comments on the game. I just think like people who play are like addicted to the game.
For
Like
sure.
it's not a good game, but it's an addictive game. And if you've been playing FIFA since you were 12 years old, you know, it's like, well, like I'm gonna just keep playing FIFA because that's the game that I play.
Right.
But I would love for there to be a good game. Unfortunately, as we all know, it's not about the game being good. It's about microtransactions now. So I just let people enjoy what they enjoy, and I do something else for my time.
Right. No, I get that. And to your point too, I think there's a lot of games like that, and not just with FIFA, but in general, there's no alternative. So even if you were wanting to play something else, there's not really a good alternative to go. Like that's the same with 2K, it's the same with Madden. Like they don't have any competition. Like they're the only game of their kind for people who enjoy sports games like that to go play. Or even like other types of games, like I feel like fighting games kind of have that a little bit, not as much because there's a lot of different fighting games that people can go to if they're willing. But like I think that's another big thing that kind of EA has kind of like a not monopoly, but just like a stronghold on people too. Is that like, all right, I'm really sick of FIFA, but I don't know what was the other one. PES? Do they still make PES?
I played PES. I used to play PES. I played it on Xbox, and again, like I said, I just haven't been playing Xbox like that. But FM, I play so much FM now, but FM and FIFA are so different that it couldn't hope to like pull FIFA players away. It's just like a whole different way of looking at the game.
Right.
So FIFA will, until EA falls, FIFA will always be like the top dog in terms of soccer. But I've found a way to enjoy football games that work for me, and so I'm happy.
Okay. Look, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Hey man, well we're getting close to the 50-minute mark. You know, I try to keep these episodes 45 minutes to an hour. So, is there any other thing? Any other thing you want to touch on? Well, one, I forgot we're hoop heads. So playoffs. What are Lakers doing it? Are they tying the series tonight?
Man, look, this is the thing, man. I can't believe I agreed to go to the movies this afternoon. Like the game wasn't going to be on. I'm sick with myself. We gotta win today.
Yeah,
to tie it up. If we can get a win today to tie it up, then I'll say, yeah, we're gonna get it done. If we don't win today, then it's over. I don't see us winning 3 straight games. Minnesota is a very young, hungry team. We have more talent than they do, but they got some dogs over there. And one thing that I've been noticing, man, and you know me, I hate Rudy Gobert with a passion. But when he said that people highlight his like bad plays, but they don't talk about when he plays well, like Rudy Gobert is out there on the perimeter, not getting fried. Like he's actually like, moving his feet and making it difficult. I'll never shout out Rudy Gobert, but that's just something that I noticed. We may miss AD a little bit. I don't know.
I
but
don't think so,
we have Luka, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint what's going on. And I think in the last game, I just think they have more energy than we do. Not to say that Anthony Davis brought a bunch of energy, but it just seems like it's like, okay, first thing doesn't work. All right, now we're coming with the second action with energy, third action with energy. And if our big three, if you want to call the Lakers having a big three, if they're not all firing, it can be tough to win against these playoff teams.
True. I think they'll get it done today. I still don't know about series, but I think they'll tie it up today. I do think it's crazy that LeBron had a 40-piece and they still lost by double digits. That did shock me.
That's been happening to LeBron his whole career. Y'all keep reminding people. What about when LeBron had 40 and we still lost? It's like, man. Whole time we got to talk football because the Jacksonville Jaguars did something crazy this week.
I like it.
They
Traded
did
up.
something crazy this week.
Travis Hunter
So
down in Duval, man. Down in
now you
Duval.
gave up your first round pick next year. How do you feel like you gave up too much?
No, we don't need it. We don't need it. Man said, "Oh, you probably didn't watch the press conference, but our new GM,
I did watch the press conference.
James Gladstone.
I did watch the press conference.
He said, "Man, it's a new era." I'm gonna just paraphrase. He said, "It's a new era. That stuff y'all was used to from the old Jaguars, that don't exist anymore. We make moves. We go out here. We go get players. We're changing shit." So I said, "Okay." He said before when he first got a job, his ideology is building through the draft. He said, "I'm moving up. I'm getting Travis Hunter. We're going to let him play both ways. Probably not full time, but, maybe a little 60-40 split, 70-30, something along those lines. We're going to let him play both ways." Trevor got another target. So now we got Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's got weapons. We needed a corner anyway, so now we got a corner. Like,
who else did you guys draft?
We got a safety. We drafted a line. I think we got a couple of defensive guys. I think we got safety, a linebacker. I can't think of who else. We only had, so when we traded, I think we only left ourselves with 3 other picks after that trade. So we had the first, obviously we had the second pick. And then we traded our second and third. And then next year's first.
Dang.
So
Jesus.
I think we only had 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I think we only got 4 other people in the draft. But hey, man.
Well, the Browns, I guess, took that and drafted Mason Graham. I'm sure you won't miss Mason Graham on your team. Not to say that he's not a good player, but he's not a game changer. And you got to get Trevor, man. You got to get him somebody to throw the ball to. Brian Thomas had a great year. We'll see if the film can nullify that a little bit, but now you got a new weapon to look out for. So I'm sure you're hype about that.
I'm not worried too much about the film because we're gonna have a whole new scheme. So you can watch last year's film, but like we're not running that same offense. Like Liam Cohen already said,
I'm thinking more like about his tendencies.
Oh, that's
just
true.
Personally for Brian Thomas. But yeah, you're right. It's a whole new scheme.
Yeah, and Liam Cohen already said he's committed to running the ball. So
will you be drafting him in our dynasty draft?
I mean, if he's there,
I don't know what pick you have. Yeah,
I don't think I have
sure
a good pick because I don't know how, but I made the playoffs last year. Now that team was awful.
What you mean you don't know how, man? I gotta find somebody for that last team. I thought I had someone, but they messaged me yesterday saying that they couldn't do it anymore. So I gotta find somebody for the last team, and we got to get everybody paid up so that we can draft. I'm excited now.
True. Anybody listening, look, if you want to play fantasy football in the Dynasty League, let me know, or let Christian know. We got a spot. And it's getting serious because we weren't playing for money before, but now we're putting money in the league. So it's about to get. People are actually about to start paying attention. $350. Yeah, people are going to start paying attention. Before, it was hit or miss. Like the top half was paying attention, and you got some people in the middle, and then the people in the last didn't care. But now everybody's going to be making moves, so it's a good time. But all right, brother, appreciate you helping me get this going again. Good convos, good conversation. Let you get home, get free. Go enjoy that Sinners. Hopefully the Lakers pull out the win today. But thank you as always. Any last words to the people?
I will be looking at my phone to see the scores during the movie. And pray for me because I'm doing carnivore diet right now, so I can't have any soda or popcorn.
Oh, that's what I've been doing.
Pray for me while I'm in there.
It's not.
You're doing the carnivore?
I've been doing it for 2.5 months. I lost 28 pounds the last couple months. So it's
bro. Last month I lost 11 pounds.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't even realized that.
It's crazy. Yeah. So that's what's up.
So what did you eat in the theater? You just had your hands like this?
Oh, I ate before. I just make sure I ate something before, so I don't even get tempted.
I had 2 ribeyes yesterday. Right? Yeah. It's just bro, I just got to be full as soon as possible. Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, brother, go Lakers, go Steelers. Will Howard taking us to the Super Bowl. Yeah, right. Um, but yeah, man. All right, one last thing. So the 3 games that I wrote down: Claire Obscura Expedition 33. What console is that on?
Everything. It's on Steam, PS5, Xbox. It's on Game Pass.
All right.
You want to play it without having to buy it, you gotta play it on Game Pass. So either PC.
Well, you know I ain't
Xbox.
buying no games. So
Yeah.
you know I ain't buying no games. So Game Pass. All right. And then Sifu is on PS5 too?
It's on all of them, but yeah, we game share on PS5, so yeah, play it on PlayStation.
Game share. Okay. And then the last one was Tales of what was it called?
Arise. That's on PlayStation too. I bought it on PlayStation, but it's on everything.
Beautiful. All right.
All right.
TMB.
Appreciate everybody listening.
That man Bdawk.
Catch y'all on the next one. And don't remember. Hold on, I got another soundbite for this. Remember.
Mook World is in full effect.
Let's go, Mook World.